I want the revenge, man. I want my revenge. I think inactivity played a big part. It's quite hard because obviously...
Fueled by rage, Nigel Benn demands vengeance. Nigel Benn is exploding with raw hunger for revenge. He refuses to accept his son Conor Benn's defeat, blaming the loss not on ability but on inactivity, claiming ring rust dulled Conor's sharpness. To Nigel, this wasn't a true defeat, it was a false start.
I want to win, man. I don't work hard to lose. You know, I give everything I have, everything. I made sacrifices that were so hard to make. You know, but I didn't know Conor would come back. He'd be a better fighter. You know, we've got a lot to go back. Well, not a lot to go back, just to be able to...
And now, he's demanding justice. The real war hasn't even started, he insists. Nigel rages, calling Chris Eubank Jr. a lucky pretender who capitalized on Conor's time. Away from the ring, he's furious, lashing out with accusations that the first fight was a setup, a cheap trick to catch Conor unprepared. His demand? A rematch, immediate and unforgiving. He vows that a fully fit and focused Conor Benn would tear through Eubank.
I think he can win the rematch, and I think it's the biggest fight in Britain, one of the biggest in the world.
Junior without mercy. Meanwhile, the pressure for a second fight is reaching a boiling point. Promoter Eddie Hearn adds fuel to the fire, tearing into the Eubank legacy with sharp words and sharper intent. He fires shots at both Chris Jr. and his father, mocking their arrogance and claiming the real star is, without question, Conor Benn. This isn't just a rematch, Hearn declares. It's a reckoning. The Eubank name will be shattered. He believes the rematch will expose the Eubanks.
We'll decide whether we do the rematch or drop down to the natural weight 147 and fight for the world title.
Overhyped reputations for what they truly are. Hollow hype against genuine talent. Trainer Tony Sims also steps forward, standing firm in his belief that Conor Benn should have won the first fight. He points to how close the bout really was, calling the scorecards unfairly wide and insisting the decision didn't reflect what happened in the ring. Conor proved his resilience and skill, Sims says. It was far from a one-sided fight, but not everyone agrees. Chris,
I believed he would win the fight. I truly believed he would win the fight. And it was close. A lot of people say it was a draw. A lot of people saying it could have gone a point either way. I thought the scorecards was a bit too...
Eubank Sr. pulls no punches when defending his son. He argues that the physical mismatch was clear from the start, that Eubank Jr.'s superior size and strength made the bout nearly impossible for Benn to win. He slams the extreme weight cuts Conor used to make the fight happen, calling them dangerous and manipulative. The truth is, Eubank Sr. says, Conor was outmatched before the bell even rang. As tempers flare and pride takes center stage, one thing is certain. This rivalry is far from over. The first clash...
Junior is too big a man. These weights that they are flouting they're destroying the fighters.
May be settled on paper, but in the hearts of both families the fight is just beginning. Eubank versus Benn. The fire still burns. Chris Eubank Sr. isn't holding back when it comes to his son's recent battle with Conor Benn. He believes the size and strength disparity between the two fighters was too vast for Benn to overcome from the start. In Eubank Sr.'s eyes, Jr.'s physicality and ring intelligence made the matchup an uphill battle for Benn, one he was never going to win. Taking it further, Eubank Sr. criticizes Conor Benn's extreme weight-cutting tactics, accusing him of pushing his body to dangerous limits in an attempt to equalize the fight. This kind of manipulation harms fighters, he warns. These weight cuts aren't just risky, they're reckless. But amid the criticism, there's pride. Eubank Sr. proudly reflects on his son's performance, not just as a boxing veteran, but as a father. He speaks of Junior's grit.
I was always coming to the fight. I'm always supporting my son. I'm his dad.
How proud are you right now?
With a performance like that, you know, that's showing.
Calm, under pressure, and the mental toughness he displayed when it mattered most. This wasn't just about winning a fight, he says. It was about showing heart, true character. To him, Chris Eubank Jr. proved why he belongs in the conversation with elite fighters, not just because of his skill, but because of his resilience and decision-making in the heat of battle. The talk of a rematch is growing louder. Both fighters, according to trainer Kieran "Key" Smith, are on a collision course that can't be avoided. He sees the second fight as inevitable, calling it a clash of unfinished business. In 6 months, he says, the world will witness the reckoning. Benn wants redemption. Eubank wants confirmation.
Wants it next. Eddie was talking about maybe going down in weight, and I think that if they want to get it on, they do it again, you know, in 6 months' time, and we'll.
This won't just be a rematch, it'll be a war. On the Eubank side, Harlem Eubank adds fuel to the fire. He takes aim at Conor Benn's pre-fight bravado, mocking the bold claims and trash talk that preceded the first bout. To Harlem, Benn's arrogance only made the defeat more humiliating. He talked big, Harlem says, but in the ring, the truth came out. His lack of focus, his lack of discipline, it all got exposed. Harlem confirms that the rematch is already locked in by contract, and he has no doubt about the outcome. Chris is the real deal, he says, and the next
I think there's a rematch in the contract, so there's no doubt that they'll run that one back and do it all over.